All right, good morning, traders. Welcome to the Bookmap. Hold on just a moment here. Sorry. Welcome to the Bookmap All Markets webinar. This is Bruce at Bookmap. We're going to be going through live order flow. So get ready and prepared. So the goal here in the webinar is to show you how to read order flow and to integrate it within the way that you trade. We can look at and understand, comprehend the traders in the auction process. We can see their footprints. We can see it in the current market and the historical market. That is the beauty of Bookmap, being able to see it in both, in a composite view. You don't have to look at your time and sales separately from your depth of market, separately from your price action and your indicators. It is all within one composite view within Bookmap. All right, let's go through the disclosures and an announcement, and then we'll jump in. General disclosure: all Bookmap Limited materials, information, and presentations are for educational purposes only and should not be considered specific investment advice nor recommendations. Risk disclosure: trading futures, equities, and digital currencies involves substantial risk of loss and is not suitable for all investors. Past performance is not necessarily indicative of future results. All right, some news. We've been telling you about these items here for a few days, but is very worth it. Again, I'm going to, in fact, I'm going to demo some of these new products, and you might be interested in them. And if you are, reach out to us at beta@bookmap.com. Okay, email us. Access to our multi-account add-on, which is the ability to trade from one account, but route your trades into multiple accounts. You might be using evaluation, or not evaluation, but prop trading services like from Fast Track Trading or others. Then this is now possible. It is possible with all sorts of services. Anyway, I'll demo it for you. The pace of tape is another one here, using our new Market Pulse pace of tape that you have free access to for a limited time right now. And then there's this Market Pulse web tool that I want to show you. And you can get a lot from that, and it's free right now. It's incredible that it's free. It offers insight to the Mag 7 stocks. So if you're a stock trader, it doesn't matter if you're a stock trader, a crypto trader, or a futures trader, this will be useful to understand the bellwether stocks. If you're interested in joining our Blue Jacket monthly competition, it will start November 10, so sign up now. Go to bookmap.com/bluejacket and sign up. And then we have our Bookmap Academy meetings every Thursday if you're interested in that. And I'll have some new news about the Academy stuff soon. I think you guys will like quite a bit. All right, so that's it. Let's jump in. Let's take a look at the price action and see what's going on in here. In fact, you can see some trading a little bit earlier from my side here, and some technical analysis here. In fact, I think I'm going to yeah, I don't want to be distracted by the trades at the moment here. If we see something, we will take some trades as well. We'll jump in there. Now you can see in the lower right hand corner, I am trading in real mode. However, this is our 24/7 simulator. You can see it here, right? It is based off of our competition. You guys can continue with your trading in this demo simulator mode here, which is excellent. So you can look at your statistics in your trading journal and take positions. It's a really great a service that we have. It's a demo account, like I said, and you can, if you have multiple demo accounts, that's possible. Like with rhythmic paper trading, maybe you have more than one, but this one here is going directly to our simulated demo account. All right, so you may have remembered going through here under connections in the trading simulator here, that you selected the competition last week. Well, all you have to do is instead, don't select competition, select the demo account, which is the number one. All right, and then you can be up and running. Okay. All right, so let's take a look here and see what's going on. And let me see if there's any questions off the bat here. Hold on just a second. All right. Yep. Good morning, everybody. Alan, Rob, Aloise, Hector, Stephen, Dan. Well, guys, there's going to be we've got a lot of kind of geopolitical and a lot of things going on in the market. We have this a little bit of news here with the election here in the U.S. And that will be tomorrow. So we're going to really think. I mean, there's going to be some volatility. Let's buckle up here. What else do we have this whole week here? Well, we have FOMC on Thursday. We have, let's see, what else here? Well, that's the biggest news. And you know, yeah, odds and ends. The PMI stuff tomorrow from the U.S. here at 10 a.m. Yeah, that's going to be the FOMC clearly is going to be the biggest, but that combined with the election. So wow, there's going to be some fireworks. Let's take a look here. Looking at the S&P E-mini now. I'm looking off of Bookmap. Trader Map Lite here, which you guys have all access to. This is free and included, and I believe it now pops up automatically in Bookmap when you connect to the ES contract. Here's the difference. Okay, let's look at the ES Rhythmic here. It is this algo bot here that is messing up the heat map. It's been doing it for a while. It's a larger player, this kind of behavior here we can edit out using Trader Map Lite, and here you can see the difference. Okay, pretty nice algo here is working very well for us. You can see areas of high liquidity that are transacting here that were in the book, and you can see nice reactions off of those areas. All right, so let's see if there's any questions, just start off there. Rob, I hope I helped you last Friday. We went over in detail trying to simplify things. We may stay in that vein again, but it's you know, just trying to make trading simple for you, for everybody. This doesn't have to be complex. And kind of let's just start where we left off on Friday. Just to review a little bit, we started like with the bigger picture, and let me bring that up here. Hold on. Okay. Yeah, this will be easier. All right. Okay, so we started with the bigger picture with this PDF, which I'm going to edit and reformat it for you guys. But it's really the same thing here, and it's a very simple top-down approach. Now, we've all probably written these things over and over again, so you know, I just want to cover the basics. The bigger picture, fundamentals. This is typically what drives the market. A bank trader who is actually part of the Pro Trader webinar series, Brad Gilbert, Forex trader. Well, I was trained by him, and he talked about showing. It just always remembered this. If you show me any big move, I guarantee you that was because of fundamentals. And it's totally true. It's usually some big shift due to some sort. It's not technical. It's about fundamentals. You know, some sort of news comes out and the market totally shifts or totally moves. It's extremely important to understand that. And then the bigger picture and the technicals as well, because we have these larger time frame traders trading off of those areas. We want to understand those levels. We want to understand also, you know, the weekly levels, the daily levels, the intraday levels, the extended trading hours levels as well. So then we can start to put together and build out scenarios of what we think is likely going to happen, and then we can start to drill down and look for those activities to unfold with a direction in mind due to the order flow. All right, so anyway, oh, I'm glad you liked it, Rob. I hope that was helpful for you. And good morning, Malek. All right, so for example, right now, what's going on? Well, you can see that we traded on the move down here, and we're kind of stuck in the middle now. Point of control, or this big, huge high volume node right here, and price is above it right now. Okay, this is something, a takeaway from the institutional trader webinar series. For example, right now we can look for grabbing into a position. Now, I'm not looking for much here. This would just to show, to identify. The idea from a lot of those larger players was very, very simple. This is a simple, like, 1-point scalp. But just to illustrate the point, in fact, maybe we can just reduce this here. Did I get filled on some of it? Yeah, I got filled on some of it already. Okay. Yeah, I kind of missed it. I can still maybe get down to 1 here. Okay, let's see if we get filled here with the remainder here. And Rob, this is exactly what we went over from Thursday and Friday about looking for that high probability trade initially, and then you're out of the trade. Well, I'm sorry, you've paid yourself, and now you look for an extended move, and reduce some of the risk here. All right, so now is this worth holding on to or not? Like, yeah, I think so. We're still above point of control. What I was just starting to mention was what we learned from the institutional trader webinar was that the point of control here, this is their value area. So if people are buying above the point of control, and I mean, larger players are buying above the point of control, this is significant. Okay, it is accepting above the point of control, right? So where do we think price is going to go? Retest some of these highs. That's why I tried to jump in here. I got in here, we got out some there, and now we've got 1 as a runner. Okay. In fact, I need to use OCOs in here, and I'm going to right click above here for a sale up here, and then I'm going to hold down the shift key, and then I'm going to right click down below. Here's my OCO order. Actually, it's for 5, but my position is 1, so I'll need to edit it. Just left click on it here, choose 1, and now I'm set to go. I'm all covered, right? I've got my runner. I'm also using the theoretical average. Yeah, well, you do have access to this one here. It's called break-even point. And let's see here. It's a little easier to read now that these are justified to the left. Here it is, right here. Okay, so we're going to add that on and take a look at that one. I believe it's working for me. I'm not sure. Let's see here. Maybe not. Take into account commissions. Okay, yeah, it doesn't seem to be working for me right now. We'll go back to the theoretical average. The point being is that here's my 1 stop loss right down here. Okay, it is still in the money. Okay, so because I took some off here and here, this is still in the money. Right now, but do I want to do that? Rob, this is where we're getting back to these questions here. Well, as we kind of looked at this and understood that, well, we're above the point of control, and we do see buyers here, right? So we're looking for these moves up into these areas here. And they are buying above the point of control, right? Okay, so obviously this isn't the point of control. In fact, I should probably change the color here. Hold on. That's not what I want. All right, hold on a minute. Let me try that again. Vertical average, and we'll choose maybe a blue color. It's still a little too light. Let's try it one more time. I'll just go back to yellow here. All right. Anyway, because it conflicts with the point of control for you guys. Anyway, the POC should move up. Well, we'll see. I mean, I don't know about that. I don't see a whole lot of volume trading in here, Alan. So you can see now these are your mean reversion traders back here. You know that this is a little too high up here. Well, what do you have though that supports that? Okay, you have liquidity here on the offer. These are sellers up here. This is where you can really use Bookmap and understand that, okay, well, here's your profile. Very, very simply, we traded into these sellers up here. The transaction was made. And what happens after? Well, you see some sellers come in and they drive it back down lower. Where do they drive it back down to? And do you see buyers coming back in? And we do, right? So buyers are still in control of this market from this point onward. Okay, we need to see a lot of sellers pick up in here, and they may. You know, we see it drop here. We just see a pullback right now for the sell side. Okay, this though is a pullback for the buy side. Who's going to win the battle? Right. So far, the buyers are winning the battle. So we're still looking for higher highs here in this time frame. Okay. We'll see. I mean, there's got to be a lot of volume that builds up to outshine or overtake this point of control here, right? So far so good, and we're going to let it run. Now, this is what I wanted to mention, Rob, about account management. We took some off here. This is our break even though on that 5 lot, right? Well, you know, I want to pay myself though. So why if I want to pay myself, why do I want to put it here? Okay, I'm going to move it up higher. I'm going to put it, well, we'll just put it right here, right at the point of control. We'll decide what we want to do here. If we might get taken out here. Let's zoom out a little bit. All right, I still kind of like where our target is. There's high liquidity up here, we do see the buyers coming in. Now the question here is, do we want to let it ride? Do we want to add to our position? How do we want to handle it? All right, well, let's just do this for kicks. We're just going to move our take profit up. We're not going to take profit here. We already took profit here, right? We already paid ourselves. So now we're in the money here. If we get taken out here, we're still going to be in the money, and we can pay ourselves. Okay, this is how you can hold on to your money and build your account. All right, let's verify that. We can go here, and then we'll go to the trading statistics. Make sure you check the box here, and then if you do, and you had that before you traded, I'm gonna have to move this take profit up even more here. Okay, I'm gonna move it up to the figure. In fact, way up here to 5,800. All right, so let's go back here, and we'll go back to Trading Journal, and we're going to open up our web trading journal. Now, you guys also, you know, you can open up your trading statistics in here and look at this, but we're going to open up the web journal, and there's some new changes coming here soon, new edits here coming soon, and this should have bumped up more here. That's funny. Why isn't that in here? Okay. Okay, it should have been in here. Sync to it. Let's try it again. Okay, you can see some earlier trades in here. But this one was when 10:55. Now that's not according to the time change, so this should be yeah, I don't know. Do I have it for the day, the 11th, the 4th here? Yeah, that looks good. Okay. I don't know if that last trade was recorded in here. I don't think so, which is unfortunate. Let's try it again here. No results. Okay. Okay. Should be fine. Did I do here? Say today at this time and today at this time. Okay, there we go. Yeah, it's okay. It didn't show up still. 10:53. This was earlier, and the date has not been changed due to the hours here in the U.S. Anyway, let's see. The point was here that we're looking to hold for a runner, right? And we're trying to build our account, and we're not going to give away some of these profits. Okay, so I had a loss here earlier, and then I had another winner, and then there was another winner on top of that, and I don't want to give it away, right? So how do I do that? Well, we took some profit, we paid ourselves, and now we got a runner. And if we, would have looked like a pretty good idea to take some profit up here as well, but then we moved it. But this is the idea, though, is we already paid ourselves, right? So we're still bullish. We're still looking for taking this higher. Okay, let me see if there's any questions on that. Alois is writing. It almost, Alois, almost fearful. I know that you probably caught what I did wrong. But yeah, let's see what what you say here. Yeah, the break even is a great tool just to kind of understand. Now you can see the little line in here, this little beige line, that two different sources. Is that what it is? Okay, I thought I was trading off of the Trader Map Lite on all of them. Okay, and it actually shouldn't matter if I'm looking at all journals though, right? Anyway, yeah. Anyway, there's a difference here. That I have two Trader Map Lights. Okay, so maybe I did trade off of another ES Trader Map Lite. No, I don't think I did. This one's for Bookmap data. This one's for Rhythmic data, I believe. No, this one's Bookmap data. I can't. I believe this was Rhythmic data here. Anyway, all right. So now, how we want to manage this is a question. Do you want to at this point, is your goal to just take a little bit here and then try to get this runner? Does something in here change your opinion at this point? And you think, well, this is likely going to come back to my average, which is right here. And that's where I got in here. I'm sorry, I got in here, you can see. And then I took that 1 point scalp or 1.5 point scalps here. But this is my average position here, okay, at 62.5. This line here though is my break-even point. right? So, and the I'm above the break-even point, so I will still make this much profit here. Okay, even on my last trade. Anyway, so Rob, this is why, like, from the Bookmap Academy meeting that we had, as well as Friday's webinar and some of the webinars from the institutional traders, we're really starting to understand, this is how you can wait for some really good trades, take some off and pay yourself, and then hold. Okay, and then you're not going to bash your account and go into the negative. Okay, now if you have 3 trades off the bat in the beginning of the day, and it just didn't go your way, that's okay. Just you're done for the day. This is I'm just kind of paraphrasing on a trading plan here. I don't know what your trading plan is, but the idea is that you have a high probability setup, you waited for it, you take the trade, you pay yourself, and then you try to get more out of it, okay, and manage it. Once you start to take some off, you're in the driver's seat. Okay, you're in mentally, you're in a much better position. Okay, now you just sit back and manage it, and then look for certain things to unfold. Now, if you do see, like, for example, something to unfold here is the lack of buyers, which we're starting to see, and you see more sellers in here. Okay, well, maybe you want to consider, like, okay, you know what, I'm going to take my profit at this point. Or, I mean, that would be the order flow telling you something. Okay, or another thing to do would be to you just say, well, I'm still bullish above the point of control here. If that's the case, then you probably want to move your stop down. Now you are going to give back quite a bit, though, right? So it's up to you how you want to manage that. And maybe beginning, if this is something new to you, then consider taking your profits, and then you can get better at your runner later. Okay, because it will build confidence that you are still in the trade. I'm sorry, that you've taken something out of the trade, and then you look for the next setup. Okay, so, and that's what we want, is we want to start to believe in the way we're trading, that it works, and build that confidence. Okay, and if that is the case, then like right now, okay, we have high liquidity here at 62.5, and a lot of sellers coming in. I don't see a whole lot of buyers in here. A little pocket up here. Okay, that's it though. Now, is it going to come all the way back down to 60 here, this point of control? Right? Well, maybe. If we start to see more sellers come in again in here, and you want to build confidence right now, then consider taking your profit. Look at some other technical levels in here. Let's look at put some structure on it, and is this something that do you see those buyers coming in within this structure, or do you see more sellers coming in? Okay, well, then protect your profits. You can always go back later and get better at your runner. Okay, but to see this all dwindle away down to like only a couple ticks is what you got out of it, is going to hurt, right? And it's gonna erode some of that that confidence that you built. Okay. All right. So, for example, right now, if I don't see these buyers coming in here, then I'm just going to exit it. Oh, this is why I didn't show. I'm going to exit. Okay, this is why I didn't show, guys. I'm sorry. My bad. I forgot that the overall position I'm still in. Reason being was because I set these OCO orders here. So now it'll show up in the journal. Okay. So yeah, here we go. It's already shown up. Okay. So here's where I think we left off. And then let's see, this was 10:55, 10. Yeah. So Yeah, here's our 1136. This is off due to the hour change from yesterday. But yeah, so here we are, right? So now we just built some confidence in here, right? We're green for the day. We can look for the next setup, right? And don't kick yourself. Like if all of a sudden these buyers come back in, well, that we can look for another trade and another setup. You can even take your original trade and widen out your stop. Yeah, you can, absolutely. I mean, you've got a lot more flexibility, DNT, and more, I think, more valuable than the money. I mean, if you're, trading like a small account, more valuable than the money is building confidence. I don't know, is Valifan in here today? Probably not. He's been pretty busy, I think, over at Bear Bulls. Um, but Valifan was a road racer, like a MotoGP type racer, and on motorcycles. Why I bring that up? There's something kind of synonymous here. Any of those expert riders that you would ask them the question, do you want more power, like that will give the bike like whatever, some sort of boost advantage compared to other riders, or do you want more feel and uh, what is it, like a better feel or a better grip? You want kind of a something that you can rely on more in the turn, that it's not going to be slipping away, that you'll, you know, God, I can't come up with the words, that you're not going to slide. You're going to be confident with the suspension, with the feel of the bike in the corner, and you're going to have confidence in that. That any 100% hands down, they all wanted that sort of, exactly. Thank you. That kind of conviction, Alan, in the better feel of the bike, because it builds their confidence. They know they can trust the bike instead of having more power, right? Power, they can have faster lap times by being able to go faster into the corners and exit with more speed than maybe getting on the gas outside of the corner and having it being really squirrely and potentially just not trusting the motorcycle. Anyway, sorry to beat that one up. The point is same here in trading. Or the analogy is the same, that you're building confidence in the way that you trade, and then that's going to parlay into future trades, and it's going to help your P&L overall. So let's look. We decided to take our profit here, and this it went for us a little bit. Now it went against us a little bit. Okay. Well, so did we make a good decision? Yeah, I'm happy with it. I took something out of the market. I'm looking for the next trade. Okay. DD, I love Bookmap. Okay, excellent. Yeah, it's, I mean, we can read these things in here. We can put these together and start to put it into a plan and trade it. We haven't jumped back, and we just talked about the overall kind of bigger picture. Obviously, we have the election tomorrow, and then we have FOMC, right? So those are the two biggest things. Oh, also tomorrow we have the PMI, and so the Purchasing Managers Index. No, is that tomorrow? No, that's services Purchasing Managers Index. I'm sorry. And the election is just going to be huge. And that's going to be ongoing. It's going to be up and down all night. Yikes. Buckle up. Let's see. Okay, so we haven't looked at our bigger picture technicals though, right? So where are we in the bigger picture here? We've talked about the day. We zoomed out. We saw the high liquidity in here in TraderMap Pro into these areas here. And we're still bullish here. We're still above our point of control, right? Okay, well, let's see here then. We're still kind of, looks like, kind of like a big flag right here. This looks like a flagging kind of activity to me, but it looks like it has the structure of it, because here's our impulse move and here's our flagging. The issue here is there's a few by looking at this kind of technical analysis here. Number one is this flagging action here has a lot of selling in it, not so much buying. It's tried many times here and it's still trending down. And number two, this is where the impulse move started, and we have retraced even below it. Okay, so it's not a flag. It might turn into another breakout here, but it's more like a wedge type pattern or something. The pattern doesn't matter. What matters is the order flow within the pattern. Okay, as we'd mentioned earlier, we are above point of control. Okay, and we know that this is what is considered value by a lot of traders. Okay, we also know VWAP is value by a lot of traders, okay, institutional traders. Typically in these webinars, we just look at who's in control in these moves. Okay, we're not looking at some sort of technical area like VWAP or POC. We're looking at who's in control in some of these moves, and then looking for taking some small trades in the order flow. Well, we're expanding out a little bit more into some larger time frame moves here. So let's do that, and we'll take a look at our daily over on the left, our hourly here in the center, and our 15-minute here on the right. Okay, well, what's our daily look like? Well, we see all the big move down last week, end of the competition as well. And we've been hovering down here. So what's it like? Well, we initially saw our bounce here. That was pretty good. On Friday, we started to note, it was actually here on the 15-minute chart. I think we traded it on the way up looking for the figure of 5,800. It did that. We got a pullback, and then we're looking for a retest back up into here due to the momentum on this 15-minute chart. And we noted that, well, it looks like, we're looking for it to come back up to the high of the day here. And we noted, though, that look at the momentum on the three candles in here. Quite a bit less momentum behind it. Here, let's just bring this down a little bit. In these, and we see wicks on them. So, back and forth in here on these three candles right here, green candles. And then we started to note this selling coming in. And then we noted that, wow, okay, sellers are down at this area here, and they're down. It pulled back, and I think, God, was it at this time? It was right around here. We noted that there was some more selling as we ended the webinar, some more selling starting to come in, trading back down into these areas here. So we saw selling coming in and then starting to break these and test these areas here. So we're looking for follow through down to lower wicks here. So this swing here, 87, and maybe lower, all the way down to like this 57.20 area here. And you can see that's where price did go. Let's use the same principle in here by understanding price action. And it's really, truly only price action that we're looking at on these candles in here. And we're going to start with the daily, the hourly, and then the 15-minute. Okay, so we'll look at the momentum in here on the daily. It already retested here on the daily. The buyers came back in after this big red candle, and they only came up about halfway or a little more than halfway. Back to the figure, 5,800. And then here's today. Well, we see that some buyers coming in. However, we don't see them interested in taking this higher at the moment. Okay, that's what I see on the daily. So I'm kind of bearish here on the daily. And let's look at the hourly in here. Well, yeah, here's that move back up, and then here's the move right back down. And we do see a wick here today, so that's pretty nice to see. There is some buying pressure in here, but you know, we have not come back up to some of these other previous swings here. Right, so let's look at the 15-minute chart. Okay, 15-minute chart. Well, you can see what's happening right now. We see the big wick down here. We do see these, it's a little back and forth in here. The buyers were able to take price up to about 71 or 72, and then 71 and a half, it looks like. And then we see the selling coming in, and we just broke the low here. Okay, now look where the buyers on this wick came in here. Okay, they came in right where these buyers came in here to move this higher. Okay, now we retested that again, and we're still finding some buyers here. Okay, but question is, do we find enough buyers to come back up into here at 68? If we see a lot of buyers come back up into these areas in here, I'm looking for it to trade back to 71, then maybe back to 75, and then back to our 84, 85 area up in here. Okay, and let's take a look here. All right, well, this is exactly what we were talking about here, bouncing off of point of control. Our stop was down here. We may have been stopped out here, may not have been, and now we're seeing the buyers come back in. Okay, so do we see enough buyers? How do these buyers compare to these sellers in here? Okay, well, it's less. You can see that in CVD very clearly. Okay, all of that selling in here and then all of this buying in here has only come up to this point here. Right, we need to see more buyers to be able to match it up into these levels here in CVD. So we're comparing these sellers to these buyers. Okay, now it doesn't mean that we're going to reverse, but right now we just know that there's more sellers than buyers. Okay. All right, so then let's go back here and revisit. Now we see the buyers that are able to take price up to this level here. Now, I'm really curious. Are we going to start seeing sellers come in? Okay, a lot of sellers. Okay, so, and this is the key area right here. I'm looking at least. This is where we see kind of a flag pattern in here. Somewhat of an impulse move, a pause or a pullback, and then another impulse move. Okay, now we can see that we're getting more buyers up here. Okay, now we're going to look right up here and see if we get enough buyers up here to break out. Okay, and we're going to look at the order book as well. Well, these guys here are staying in the book here at this 76.5 here, and they're just starting to transact right now. Okay, and there they are. All right, so we're still seeing more buyers above that area. All right, so let's look for this 70 level here. Yeah, tomorrow could be as crazy as the COVID crash. I don't know. I don't think it'll be that bad, but who knows? Anyway, it's going to be interesting. I don't know if you guys are going to be trading or not, but it could be some really nice moves. All right, now, you know, what I kind of avoided this one in here. I didn't have the kind of surety that I was looking for. I wasn't sure that these buyers were going to curl in like this and trade back up here and then hit this liquidity. I was actually looking for to see if we can get more sellers in here and get down below this area here. Okay, because I know that there's more sellers here than buyers. So I missed that, and I'm fine with that. So now I'm still looking actually to see if we get more sellers back down here. Yeah, really not seeing much. I mean, still looks bullish in this here. Okay, but bigger picture in here. Yeah, I wouldn't be bullish until I see a lot of buyers back up around this 68 area here. Okay, well, here they come. Now, can they follow through? And 68 is just right here. So 68 was the high swing high, Allen, here, right? And again, like look at the buying pressure come in. Okay, so it's looking pretty good. And now let's look at Bookmap in here. What's the book look like on the bid? Well, they're up on the bid a little higher here. So I would look for it to break out into here, but nothing to put a position on. I'm just not interested. Okay, there. I mean, we're seeing time and acceptance up here by buyers. Okay, and the book is they're bidding here, but they're down here, around this 63 3/4. Okay, so actually, let's see if we can get a pullback by sellers to try to reach this liquidity down here. Still seeing more buyers coming back up. Okay, so yeah, I would still give it to the buyers in here, but we don't see that strong of a book. It's kind of in the middle here. Here they come though. All right, so now we're seeing more. So let's see if we can get back up into this kind of 70-ish level. But I'm just not convinced. Let's see. Well, let's see what the reaction is if we can get up here to 70. Maybe we find the sellers at that point to trade it back down to, maybe point of control, or at least the swing down here into this liquidity here at 63 3/4. There you go, Alan. NQ is getting buyers. All right. Well, that's a good segue into something with the pace of tape, as well as a few things I wanted to cover. The pace of tape, as well as the market pulse beta here. If you guys are interested in this, again, I think it's fantastic. So you will need to sign in. So you will need to have a bookmap.com email. But once you sign in here to the beta program, or this beta tool, it's Market Pulse Web here. This is the new, well, there's many tools in here. And you can see I'm looking at US stocks that you will have free access to, as well as crypto. And now the stocks is, you can see like the indexes here. I have the NASDAQ 100. I have Tesla, NVIDIA, Microsoft, Meta, Google, Amazon, Apple. And I've got point of control and volume pressure for each one in here. This is the new one in here. Volume pressure imbalance and also price change in a heat map form of all 7. Pretty cool. So I'm not seeing much, Alan, to be honest. Like maybe the NASDAQ's going up, but this is not giving me like warm fuzzy feeling at the moment. Okay, or we can look at some of the here. Yeah, actually, you're starting to see some picking up in here on the pace of tape and also the volume pressure on that NASDAQ 100. Or we can look at a bellwether stock. And not seeing much. Just not seeing much. Any questions on this? If you guys want free access to this, just reach out, beta@bookmap.com, and say that you want Market Pulse Web with this new heat map and access to the stocks. Okay, and this Mag 7 product in here is, I think, is pretty cool. It should be pretty helpful, right? So you're already using it, Alan. With or you using the NQ in general as a confluence, but this will give you a little bit more. All right, and what was the other thing? I wanted to show you the multi-account tool. Okay, so I believe I'm all set up here. Let me double check, and we'll see if this if I'm set up. It has to be set up in advance. I'm not sure if I am. No, I'm not. All right, let me add it in here. Okay, so if you want access to this, again, reach out, and you won't see it in the add-ons manager. So you will not have access to it in here. Right, yeah, it's not there. You'll have to reach out to us. And then once you do, then you can click on add here and add it. Okay, so I'm going to do that, and let me make sure I have the latest version of it. Okay. The multi-account. Okay, I think I got it here. Okay. And I'll add it through the add button. There it is. Should be the latest version. Okay. And I need to accept the risks. And it's not working. Okay. Might be because I'm not connected here. Yeah, it might be because I'm in the demo mode here. Let me see if I can get it through here. Oh. All right, guys, I will demo it for you. But yeah, having an issue with it, and it's not that I know that the add-on works. Something here on my end, the way that I'm connected to all these different accounts in here. Should be fine, but I don't know what's up. Anyway, on. Back to our trader map light here. Get our demo or our brackets up. All right, well, you can see what happened. We just came up to that 68 high here and have dropped back down. So this has been very range bound in here. You know, we made the right decisions so far and stayed away. We really didn't see anything in here. Now it's getting interesting though. So we made an equal high here on this period. And again, like, just take this as a grain of salt, Rob and others, but this is a very, very simple way of looking at the price action. We did make a equal high here. But now, do we see a lot of sellers coming in? If so, I would look for them to trade back down to this 60 level here, or 59, right? And let's see here. Well, we're at 61, okay? Yeah, we can. I'm going to take a small position on that, and I'll just go with 1 or 2 maybe. In fact, we'll go with 2. I'll take in 2 lots in here. Okay, back up to the high here. Okay, I don't see buyers. I'm going to wait though. See if we turn around just a little bit. And waiting for the sellers to come back in at the top of the range here. In fact, we can put in a stop. Okay, a buy or a sell stop here. Okay, there we are. Okay, we're in on 1. And now I will add to another one if I still see more sellers come in here. Now, I got kind of taken into this by a little bit of selling down here, and then buyers came back in, right? So I'm kind of caught in here, right? Well, we'll see. You know, maybe this will just kind of go up a little bit higher, and then sellers come back in. Yeah, that is the case. Okay, so I can add to another one in here, right? Okay, so I got 2 on now, and it is back and forth in here. But we're gonna go with this idea in here. That we're going to come back down, and we've tried now a few times up in here. Well, we're going to look for the auction to come back down into this 59 level, 58, 59 level. Okay, and that's where we're going to pay ourselves. Okay, like right here, 59 and a quarter. Okay, and actually, let's go right at the point of control. Okay, so up a little bit higher. So we're going to be at 59 and 3/4. Okay, I'm going to consolidate the trades here. Just drag one on top of the other, and now I've got it into 2 stop loss orders up here. Okay, so good thing, I mean, we waited for a pullback here, right? And we got in more kind of the top of the range in here. Now it went against us a bit, and right now it's just kind of going back and forth. Okay, but our idea here is that we're going to look for sellers to come in and trade back down to the lower levels here, bottom of the range here, because we can see that buyers had it up here, and then they failed to take it higher. Okay, so it's not a great trade setup, but we're just looking for these sellers to trade back down into these wicks down in here. Okay, so we know it's back and forth, so we're looking for the sellers to in the auction to trade back down to the swing here and just test that area. Okay, and if we're wrong, we're wrong. Okay, then buyers are fighting it here. You can see. Okay, it has not even come back down into this point of control yet. Alan, here's your secondary, or it's kind of building out. This might be your point of control here. Okay, now look at this here. Same ideas that we just covered on that candlestick chart. Okay, like but now on a much lower time frame. Okay, here's the buyers up in here, not many, and then sellers come in. Now we're looking for, you can even, this is where you can add even to your trade. I would not be getting much out of it if I'm adding to it here, but we're looking for the failure up here and then the sellers to come in and then get our move to trade back down to the lower levels here. Okay, this is the same concept as what we're looking at here in this time frame here. All right. All right, so sellers that were able to take it back down to the bottom of this range here, but we're looking for a little bit more. Another way to build confidence. Well, since we put 2 on, maybe we take some off down here at the bottom of this small range. Okay, that would have built some confidence. We'd be sitting kind of in profit with our break even up here someplace. Okay, buyers mounting another attack up here. Okay, we had a lack of or less buying. Now we're seeing more. Okay, so buyers are winning out here. Let's go back into here. Okay, we're still in it though, and it's just back and forth in here. I'm really there really isn't anything good in here to look at, to be honest. We're just going through the concept. Again, these trades in here, guys, are not recommendations whatsoever. Okay, just kind of showing, building out potential trading plan. I don't know if this is a Camarilla pivot level or not, Malik, but if that's what you're doing, then that's right up the alley of Thor and Valley Fan and other traders, and that's the way that they trade. Okay, buyers back up here. So it's looking actually pretty good that we'll get stopped out, to be honest. They're building consensus up here, and we're seeing some buyers here. We're going to stick with the plan though. It's really back and forth, so we're going to stick with our plan. We're looking at this back and forth in here. So we have not retested back down here yet, but that's what we're looking for. Okay, this is turning into much more of a range-bound trade idea. Let's see, a few questions over in YouTube. Can we just remove those liquidity heat maps? Less than 5 minutes. No, there's no way of, I mean, what you can do is you can filter your heat map by right clicking on it, go to heat map settings, and maybe you want to bring up the cutoff here quite a bit. Right now you're going to look only at very high liquidity in here. You can see we filtered out quite a bit of noise. I don't think it's noise. It's not noise for me, but a lot of traders like this view instead, just to understand that their liquidity is up here and then down here. So up here around 68 to 70, and down here, 59 to 60. Okay, here come the buyers again. So we're looking pretty good to get stopped out here. And there it is. Okay. Well, it was worth a shot, but that's okay. We traded small with this idea, and it didn't work out. Okay, the other one we traded big or bigger because it was looking pretty good. Let's come back in here. All right, so now another thing though, well, this is our next test up here. We start to see buyers mount up here. I'd be looking, and here they come, right? Then I'd be looking for them to take it back up to this 71.5 or maybe higher. Okay, so anyway, I'm going to go back to the regular heat map settings, or there's another way to deal with this. I'm just going to restore it to the default here. Is you can just turn down the heat map here with the dimmer. Okay, Nelson. So it's up to you how you want to use it. This is really the kind of heart of Bookmap, is being able to understand the liquidity on the historical chart and all of the nuances in here. It looks complex. It's very simple. It's just, this is the adding and pulling of liquidity. Red and orange is very high liquidity. Yellow is less, then white, then blue, and then black is the least amount. Okay, European close is coming up. Okay, now we're all aligned with the UK and Europe. Let's see, what's our higher time frame look like? Okay, so we just made an equal high here. So not need to see more commitment on the buy side here with the dots. Okay, so we got high liquidity in here, which is not moving. And I'm not seeing on the retest back up in here. I'm seeing sellers right now. So I'm not going to be a buyer up here. Okay, it may come back up and trade into these levels here, but these guys are not pulling their liquidity out of the market, and I'm not seeing a whole bunch of buyers up here right now. Here we can look at another structural level in here, starting to break. Okay, how's our trading journal look? All right, so here was our gain earlier, and then here's our loss. So even with the earlier gain, we're still ahead here. Okay, we're up. The amount here, again, this is in sim. It's in our 24/7 simulator account, right? Just so you guys know if you joined late. But we are going through and testing certain things and comparing it here in the 24/7 simulator, going through some ideas, and then also looking at the statistics here in the trading journal. Okay. The one other thing, let's open up that new pace of tape that you guys have access to. Okay, we'll go to the market pulse. It is here. Pace of tape imbalance. This is for the NQ. Let's go with the NAT. We'll go with Trader Map Lite, which is fine. Play. And also pace of tape imbalance, or so this is volume pressure imbalance. Sorry. Let's go back here. Oh boy. Okay. why I'm having a problem with that. Might be a new version I'm using. And let's just add it again. Pulse. Okay, this is the production version. All right, sorry guys, won't be able to show you that. I'll get it figured out. I believe, I'm pretty sure the reason being is that I'm using the core version of Bookmap here. That is a beta version, or maybe even an alpha version, I believe. Anyway, guys, you can see like we did come back up and retest this high up at 68, and then it's right back into the middle here. Yeah, we kind of we were looking for more follow through with the down, not to see the retest back up here by the buyers. That this move in here on this green candle, it would have been red and would have continued and retested back down here. Okay, so now it's getting interesting here. At least in the range in here. Yeah, well here comes the retest. It's down below the previous swing, so looking pretty likely to trade down to this 59 level, our original idea. Here's a takeaway from it. In this range bound trade, well, then maybe we're looking at the top of the ranges in here. Okay, if we do come back up here again on buying, I'm looking for this to break. This is how you guys, you've heard about the weak top, and what it means is that it's weak, that it's going to break. And the reason being is that there's a lot of trading activity up here over time. You get another retest, and then finally you'll get a break. And likely it'll come back up and retest the previous swing up in here. Okay, so yeah, very simple. I'm sure you guys are very familiar with a weak top. Yeah, I mean, this is kind of it here. It totally failed here. Here's your buying pressure in here with the dots. Here's your buying pressure again, and then the sellers came back in. And this is hard read actually. I think you really don't see the selling until right around here. I mean, you see there is exhaustion here for sure. That not enough buyers up in here. Some sellers. Sellers do move it away, but not on anything convincing. Big selling in here, some exhaustion. Maybe in here it would be kind of, I mean, this could be aggressive here. It could be your pullback that you're looking for. But I really don't see anything to lean on until you get back down and a little bit lower here. And then the question is, do you want to put on the risk? That's exactly what we did over here. It's kind of looking for, okay, we got sellers pull back, more sellers starting to come back in. We think we got it. And then we didn't. The buyers came back in and lifted it back up to the top of the range. And we knew it was back and forth. We knew that this environment in here, we just wanted to go through this example in here, reading these candles, okay, and then putting it into the order. Okay, and ends up doing exactly what we were kind of looking for. I'm kind of surprised that buyers did not break out here, to be honest. They had some of the pressure here, and this liquidity was not getting out of the way though. So back down to the areas we were looking for. The 9 3/4 and a little bit lower here. Right now, question is, we get some buyers down here now? I would imagine so. Yeah, that's what the issue is, Alois. Thank you. It's I'm in the alpha version. Yeah, the beta version is going to be very soon, though. The developers always have me testing and trying to break things and all sorts of things. So anyway, all right. Well, let's see if we can get any kind of clarity out of this. This is end of the session here. We're going to get some volatility. We know that this is usually how it is at the European close. And I don't really see anything worthy at the moment to even trade a scalp here for that idea. Okay, here comes some buyers. All right, well, let's see if these buyers can just take it back up to the top of the range here. And we are trending down. And we're not getting any buyers. Okay, some divergence. Okay, some this buying in here and then the lack of selling in here, followed by some buyers in here. You can see the divergence in CVD. Pretty nice. But I'm staying away from it until I see buyers come in and they trade back up above this range and maybe come back, retest it, and then bounce off of it. See if there's any follow-up questions here. Mike, hello. Yeah, your Global Plus, I'm using for the most part default settings. As you can see, I came in with the heat map here and just hit restore. So that's the default setting. Volume dots in here. I can go to right click on the volume dot and then I can go to default setting here as well. The size will probably be different. No, it's spot on. So this is default on the volume dot settings. Okay, so your ES, if you're using TraderMap Lite, okay, and let's put in a certain amount of data in here. So let's look at maybe, I don't know, 30 minutes of data. Okay, 30 minutes of data in your TraderMap Lite in the ES should look something like this. Cancel or clear all our drawings. There we go. All right, seller's still pushing lower here. I want to see it reject. But note, see how we read it earlier. Up above, the sellers were staying in the market. And here you can see on the bid, on the offer, they were staying in. here they're pulling, right? This allows sellers to continue to hit the bid and move price lower because there's just less buyers here, right? Obviously, you still need the aggressors here to move price lower. Okay, but these sellers that look like they really wanted to sell are telling us they don't want to sell, or they want to sell less. Yeah, the developers, Alois, they're amazing. Really, it's a really great team. All right, guys, any other questions here? I think we should wrap it up here. Any more questions? Okay, so we had a couple losers, couple winners. Tried to get a runner out of it, and had this idea on the sell side, but it came back up and made an equal high here. Now it's unfolded what we were kind of looking for. But I'm still looking for some buyers to come in at the bottom of these ranges in here. I think we'll probably at least trade back up to the point of control, or a high volume node in here someplace. It's just too back and forth. We got the election tomorrow, so yeah, we've got a big week ahead of us here. So I don't know if anyone's going to be really positioning themselves. Want to go back and look at Trader Mac Lite, Mike? Sure. Go. Again, I'll put in a half hour of data, and you can yours should look the same as mine. Okay, if you make sure you're using Rhythmic or Bookmap data. Still trending down, still seeing more sellers here. But we are at the bottom of our range in here. We're below all those wicks now. Okay, so yeah, let's see if we can see our buyers start to curl back in now. If you're really aggressive, you'd get in someplace like in here. I mean, that's very, very aggressive, but look at the selling down here. Well, now it's starting to pick up. This is why it's aggressive, right? So we could put a buy stop here, okay, and then look for getting taken into this. Okay, and then we would, there we go. All right, so I'm just going to take some off at the top of the range though. Right, this is very aggressive. We don't know that the buyers have taken control yet, and in fact it's going immediately against us, right? So we're just going to get stopped out on that, right? But this is the risk we take. We had an idea, and we saw some of this buying starting to curl in after we had less selling in here, and we can see we're making some equal highs in here. Well, sellers came in and move price. Okay, this is something that we can look back then at a trading plan and say, do you want to take these kinds of trades? Okay, because now this hurts us, right? So instead, maybe we want to look for here. We can just kind of draw it out. Maybe it would be better. We'd be looking for this to unfold, but we're looking for a big buying dot here up to the top of the range. Okay, maybe a bit of a pullback, okay, and then again up to through the range, and now we're looking for a pullback. Then we get in, right, and then we're looking for continuation, right? That would be a lot less risk. And instead, we're looking here, shooting from the hip, just to get up here, and we don't know. Okay, we didn't even get up there. sellers came in and just annihilated the bid. They taken it lower, going down to the figure here at 50. Anyway, that's the risk we took. All right, we'll take a look one more time here at our higher time frame. Okay, so it traded through that level, but now we're down to the next level here. Okay, and that's the 51 or the figure down here. Okay, is this low enough to find some buyers? And let's take a look. Well, clearly in the book here, yep, at 52, maybe down here at 50 as well. Okay, what about lower? Maybe a little bit lower here too. But 50 looks pretty good. All right, and then we'll see if we get our buyers down there. All right, here we go. Okay, these are going to be some pretty big stop runs. All right, so now it's up to you how you want to take your risk. Okay, if you think the buyers are going to come in after this and trade through it and then retest and then continue, well, then there's your trade setup. Or maybe you're still bearish. Maybe you're just looking for this to be some profit taking and then sellers to curl back in again and take it lower. Anyway, guys, we'll wrap it up. We'll call it a day. Thanks for coming, everybody. I will be off tomorrow, so no webinar tomorrow, and we will reconvene on Friday. All right. Okay. Yeah. Thanks, everybody. Hit the like button, please. Give us give us some comments in YouTube. Yeah, please hit that like button. Helps us a lot. Come on over to the Discord. Partake over here. We've got a lot more resources, a lot of freebies, and a great community to take advantage of. There's no cost to it. Come on over, and you might want to even partake in the Bookmap Academy, as many of you are. All right. So it's again, that's free as well, and you can actually kind of earn Bookmap for free in that academy. Anyway, you can look into the details at bookmap.com/academy. We've got a great team of traders over there and members in the academy. Thanks for coming, everybody, and we'll see you on Friday.